What is up, guys? Team TP with another video, and today we're going to be profiling our Universe 6 deck post set 7. And without further ado, let's start with the video. So for our U6 build, we have a lot of options as terms of leaders. We have the new structure deck Kaba, we have Hit, just good amount of U6 leaders. Personally, out of all of them, I prefer Kefla because I built my U6 deck very kind of aggressive, semi-aggressive. So I really like it. The only issue I was running into is that I would lose hand advantage. So out of all the leaders, I think Kefla helps the most in what I'm trying to do with the deck. So Kefla here, what she does is that she's a leader from the expansion box, and when she attacks a leader card, she pitches a U6 card, and she draws 2 cards, which is nice because it helps you get early card advantage. And then she awakens when she has 4 life, and then she untaps 2, which is pretty nice because leaders nowadays, they untap 1, they draw 1, or they draw 1, or they untap only 1, or they draw 2. So it's nice to have access to a Universe 6 leader that untaps 2. When she awakens, she will draw a card when she swings, and then she has an active main once per turn. You can pitch a U6 card and give a Universe 6 card, battle card, double strike +5, and you can give her as well double strike +5, which is nice because you have access to a Champa, so it allows you to double strike your opponent and pressure them at any point in the game, which is always nice. So that's the leader. We're gonna move on to the main deck, and for our first card, we're running for the 1-drop, the Bold Sister Khalifa, and she looks at the top 5 and adds any blue yellow Universe 6 from your deck to your hand, and then you shuffle your deck. Also, the permanent says that she can't be KO, so it's very nice against Shocking Death Ball, where you swing and they Shocking Death Ball, they can't KO it. Moving on, we're running 4 of the Kale, Timid Sister, and again, she cannot be KO. And then also, she actually grabs one Universe 6 from your drop area, and also it's from with an energy cost of 3 or more. So it's really nice to, when you're swinging with your leader, turn 1 if you're going second, to pitch a high cost Universe 6 card and draw 2, and then follow it up with this card, and then add it to your hand. So you drew 2 for pretty much nothing, which is really nice. Okay, next up, we're running 4 of the Kaba 1-drop, and this is just a 1-drop that draws a card. It's a U6 card, so you can pitch it off your leader to draw even more if you want. It's really nice. It's a yellow energy too, so very useful. Now for last 1-drop, we're running 2 Awakening Talent Pan. We don't have Self-Awakening. We actually don't mind if our opponent stalls us to awaken, because since our unawakened side is the better side, you want to stay there as much as you can. So a lot of people will probably be aggroing you early game, but in matchups like Towa, where you need to awaken, this card comes in clutch. And also it gives you a +1 because you can take a life and then pressure your opponent, and then it goes back to your hand, so you can use it for a combo or play it for the next turn, which is nice. Next up, for our super combo, we got Magetta, and he is a super combo that's not restricted to yellow leaders, which is really nice because our leader is red. It's actually only restricted to U6, which our leader is, And this super combo is life when you're at 5 or less life, and it just gives you plus 10,000 and it draws a card. Next up, for our multicolor energy, this is pretty much standard for like any multi like color deck. It's just it comes in active when you charge it if you have another blue yellow card, and it draws a card too when you play it. So very nice, helps to filter, but mostly use it as a energy. And then I run these two cards, the Vados and then the Champa here. Vados is actually really good because you can actually hardcast it for 3 if you want, and then also pitch a card and give it double strike, so it's 35 double. And then also the biggest thing about it is that your opponent is kind of forced to pressure it or answer it, because if they don't, then next turn you have a 30k double strike or 35 double striker for free. And it's just so good, which is one of the reasons why Skillless is such a really powerful deck, is because 30k vanilla is actually no joke. It's really terrifying. And then the Champa here, you cast it for 3, and then you choose one of your U6 cards besides itself, and then it gets plus 10 and double strike. So a little bit more pressure. So you can, give two instances of double strike. So against your Towa matchup, you want to do that because with their leader, they can tap 1, discard, and then remove double strike. So having this when you're trying to finish the Towa players is really nice. So next up, for our 4-drops, we're running 4 of the Kefla. Now this Kefla evolves usually and most of the times on top of this one. And what she does is that when she comes into play, she has double strike, so it's a really good finisher for like potentially 2 energy. And then also you can rest one of your opponent's cards, like battle cards, or you can rest one of their energy, which is really nice too. Like in terms of versatility, you can be very offensive or defensive. So really good card. And then to complement that, we run 4 of the Kale. And the Kale is pretty much the same thing. When you combo, you can evolve it on top of a 1-drop, which is this one most likely. Or not a 1-drop, but like a Kale in general. And then also it has critical. So it's really nice off your leader to give it double strike if you're trying to go for a double crit play when they're at 5 life. And then also when you play here, you negate one of your opponent's cards in rest mode and you return it to your hand, which is nice to help clear boss cards. Next up, we're running 3 of the Vados / Champa, and this is a card that has a rival blue-yellow, and then it has energy exhaust, so it comes in rested like every multicolor card, and you reduce the cost of all your blue-yellow universe cards by 1, which is nice. And then also, if this card is removed from a battle area by your opponent's skill, you may choose 1 card from your hand, place it in the drop area instead, and if you do, this card remains in the battle area and switch it to rest mode. Then choose one of your opponent's energy and switch it to rest mode. So this is your King Vegeta, essentially. Reduces the costs on your U6 cards, so you can play these for free, the Kale and the Kefla, and get them out for free, and then start pressuring your opponent. And if they try to remove this by any means, you can just save it by its own effect. So amazing 4-drop. You usually want to have this by turn 2. Next up, we're running one of the blue-yellow SCR, Power of Apertura. This is the SCR from set 7, and it's reduced by 5 or by 3 if your opponent has 6 energy or if they have 6 cards rested. What's really nice about this deck is that you're going to be pressuring your opponent so much that you're going to force them to tap energy for negates and stuff. So you can bait the you can bait them into tapping 6, and then play this guy. And when he comes into play, he has an auto where you rest your opponent's energy. I believe, yeah, 4. So you switch 4 of your opponent's cards from active mode to and you tap them, and then you draw 4 cards, and it has built-in triple strike. Also has that energy exhaust as well, and it's just overall one of your best finishers. Next up, I run 2 of the Awakening Warrior Bardock. Now, the reason why I run this card instead of any other overarm is because the deck is meant to be aggressive. You're going to be pressuring your opponent so much, and then not like the majority of the times when you're trying to kill them, you're tapping out for it, and having access to a free double striker is very nice, very unexpected. Your opponent's just not going to see it, and you're going to just steal a lot of games. It has won me like 2-3 games already, and it's just an amazing card to just as a surprise factor. Your opponent won't expect it, and it's really nice. Another card that I tech that a lot of people won't see coming is the Double Strike Kai. When you combo with it, you choose up to one of your cards that's attacking, and you give it Double Strike. Since your leader has the effect to give cards Double Strike, your opponent most likely will think that you don't run Double Strike cards, so they will most likely there's a higher chance for them to let certain attacks go, thinking that you don't run this card, which is really amazing because you can just steal games, and it also has that really good surprise factor into the deck. Next up, for the extra cards, around 4 Sensu Bean. Sensu Bean is just a really good card to extend your plays, but it's also one of the best defensive cards in the game. Being able to give +5 to one of your cards for that turn is just overall amazing. And then on top of that, it untaps energy. So 4 of him. And then for negate, we're running 3 Nimbus. Nimbus is just the one that makes the most sense because we're running it blue-yellow. You can't run like Dimension Magic or Time Magic or any of those because those are restricted to their proper colors. But Nimbus is Nimbus. Nimbus has always been a good negate. There's been formats where it's been good. There have been formats where it hasn't been good. Right now, it's kind of iffy because there's not a lot of like aggression right now. A lot of decks want to kill like turns 5, maybe 6. But in terms of like negates, this one makes the most sense as of right now. And we run 3 because usually you want to kill your opponent by turn like 4, so maybe even 3 depending on what they're running. So only 3 for now. That might change later on. And then last but not least, our fuel spell split. I think this is just standard in every U6 deck. You run the 2 Planet Vegetas and the 2 Sadalas. The combo here is really good on turn 3. You can play Sadala and then play one of your 1-drops like this one, and then trigger their effect, and then grab a card, and then trigger Sadala. You draw a card because you played a Universe 6 that's a 2-drop or less, and then you follow it up with the planet, and then then Sadala will hit the drop area and will trigger, and then that allows you to filter your deck so it looks top 5 and adds a U6, and then that's 5 or less, and you're able to add it to your hand. And then after you're done resolving that, you resolve your planet and you look for Sane that's a 4-drop or less. So really good combo. You filter your deck like a lot, and you should when you do this play, you should have every combo piece you need in order to kill your opponent the following turn, or if not turn 5. So really amazing combo there. And that's pretty much the deck, guys. That's my U6. This is my Kefla build. We might explore other leaders, but in terms of what I want to do with the deck, I believe this is hands down the best leader. And that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a potential leader that you're looking to look into and play and test it out? If so, just let me know how it's going. And if you have any other recommendations for the decks, please let me know in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next one. All right. See ya.